Hey everyone, welcome to week 5, cycle 1 science experiments. This week we have 2, but they really blend right into each other, so I think of it as one tutor demonstration. It's the naked egg and the shrunken egg. Is that the official title? Shrinking egg. So tutors, what you are going to have, we're going to be in that one tutor room for science, and you'll have an empty mason jar. You'll have a jug of vinegar. I know this one has vinegar in it, but it will be empty for you. You're going to have a mason jar with a vinegar-soaked egg. This one's been soaked for over 3 days, but it's just like 3 days. And you will have a shrunken egg that has been soaked first in vinegar and then in corn syrup for at least 3 days. So to get started, I actually love this experiment. I think it's so fun. You're going to pour 1 cup of vinegar into this ball mason jar, and these jars have measurements on the side, which I just love these wide mouth these wide mouth mason jars that have measurements because we use them for so many things. So if you are not on CC Livermore campus and you don't have these, I have used these every single cycle, and I really strongly recommend them. So our purpose is to really help our students observe. And when you put your raw egg, did I mention you're going to have some raw fresh eggs? Some raw eggs. So you're going to pour your cup of water in here, and you're going to put your egg inside the water. And when you observe what happens, the acid in the vinegar really starts working right away on the calcium carbonate shell of the egg. And you can see, I'm going to bring this closer. Hopefully you will be able to see it. You can see the bubbles forming and heading up to the surface of the vinegar, of the liquid. You can see the bubbles starting to work on it. And that is the vinegar that is eating away, that's already at work, eating away the shell of the egg. And then that way we can see that membrane and the inside of the egg. Well, once the shell comes off of the egg, what starts happening as the shell starts disintegrating, what starts happening is the water from the vinegar starts going inside the actual membrane of the egg. And you can read about this in your Van Cleves. The explanation is really pretty good. This has been soaking for, I don't know, like a month. So you can do these well in advance. And you can take it out and you can see how it's now a naked egg. And you can kind of see on the inside. Let me bring this closer. See? You can see, I just don't want it to, I don't want it to pop. We're going to have more than one of these so that just in case you do let your students touch it, I would have them come to you instead of passing it around, right? I would have them come to you so that they can kind of touch it and feel it if you do want to do that. What this brown stuff you see inside the jar here, that brown stuff is actually the brown shell of my egg. I normally have brown shelled eggs, and that's the actual brown part of the shell that had come off. The rest of the shell dissolved. It was all the calcium carbonate that is dissolved in the vinegar, but some part of it, the coloring, I guess, stayed. So pretty cool. Now we have seen water flow inside the cell membrane. Is there any way to pull those molecules back out? Is there a way, can the liquid travel in both directions, inside and out? Inside the cell membrane and then outside the egg membrane. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this one has been soaked in corn syrup. I love a couple of things about this. I'm going to bring it close to you. One is the corn syrup is on the bottom, and you can see when I turn this around, see how the viscosity of, oh, maybe you can't really see it on here, but from here up, the viscosity is really liquid, and from here down you can see it's thicker, more like honey. And so most of our kids don't know what corn syrup is or have seen corn syrup, so we can talk about how it's similar to honey, and that will help give them a visual of how it's thick and goopy. And we can take the egg out. Here we go. I'm bringing it over to show you. It is indeed shrunken and shriveled. Basically, it is just the yolk. That is really all that's inside there. Very little liquid. It's very baggy. And you're really just seeing the yolk inside. There's really just no other liquid inside of here. It's really cool. I hope that your students do get a chance to touch this egg. Do keep in mind, be sensitive and ask if you're on a different campus, know the allergies that you have in case there are any egg allergies. Maybe that student can either wear gloves and then everyone can go wash their hands, because this is really a fun thing for them to do. And I'm going to try again to see if you can see the viscosity of the liquid on the top. Maybe if I hold it back further. A little bit. It really turns around on the top, but the bottom hardly moves at all, because that is where that thick corn syrup just sits down on the bottom. So that's what each tutor will, that's how each tutor will run it. I'm going to have 2 empty jars, so that way while you're having a mom dump out this jar of vinegar and throw this egg away, that the other class can still be working, just or getting started. So there'll be 2 sets of that. Just make sure that the empty jar gets put back into class and the egg gets disposed of well, not in the bathroom trash. Let's say that we actually just have a mom put it in, you know what, have them put it back in to the egg carton, and we'll just dispose of the egg carton with all of the eggs in the dumpster after class, after foundations is over. If for some reason the egg breaks, then we'll have towels and other cleanup supplies that we can do that. All right, so I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this experiment. See you Friday.